What's up, crypto legends? A few days ago, we were talking about Phantom at the 50-cent level, very likely to break this lower high resistance trend line, get a bounce from it, and go to the $1 range. We've already been pumping over 50% since that update that was created just a few days ago. We're going to talk about Mina Protocol. It was another altcoin that I do expect pumping hardly in the next coming days. I still think that there is a chance here on Mina Protocol. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, the most important levels of resistance. Bitcoin is still very much bullish. We are talking about the higher time frames, the halving, just about 6 weeks away here in happening. We are going to compare the inflows with gold and Bitcoin. I'm going to explain how a $200,000 Bitcoin is very realistic in the next coming months, as the inflows compared to Bitcoin when that ETF was approved is 10 times faster on Bitcoin. We're going to do a little bit of timing here on when the price of Bitcoin could be hitting that $200,000 target, and we're taking a look here at some big major news and stuff that is going on, guys. Altcoin season on the way. Quick reminder, I've spoken to Bybit, so you can get the best deal here. You do have a 20% fee reduction when you sign up with my link in the description, plus that $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit. If you cannot KYC, you got 𝗬𝟑, great platform with the lowest fees, also with that 20,000 exclusive bonus just by signing up with my link in the description. Let's go right away here with Phantom, because Phantom, this is something that we were talking about. Okay, major gains for these altcoins coming, huge pump coming for these altcoins. We were trading round about the 50-cent level here, expecting Phantom to get that major breakout, hitting the round about the $1 level. This was purely based here on this being a wave 1, wave 2 right there, and we're looking for that 1.618 extension. We were talking about how it was very, very likely to get that breakout when we were trading at the 50-cent level. Breakout from lower high resistance trend line with that kind of cup and handle formation to get that massive blast off in a matter of a few days, already pumping over 50%. I did buy a bunch of spot Phantom right over here, and it's going to get 100% pump, doing a 2x in a matter of 1 to 2 weeks. Maybe it's still going to be a few days, maybe a little bit of corrective moves till it actually hits that $1. We live in great times to make huge amount of gains buying these good altcoin projects, easy 2-3x that could be done in a matter of a couple of weeks, guys. Massive gains can be done. Now let's talk about Mina Protocol, because this was another one that we were talking about and it's lagging behind. Got a little bit of a pullback the last couple of days, pretty sharp pullback, but for me this is not that interesting in doing leverage trading. We need to be aware of those wicks to the downside, but buying a bunch of spot here and selling it in the next coming weeks after a 50-100% pump is just easy money, guys. Now this is what I've been doing with Phantom. Phantom absolutely killing it. I will be selling most of my spot Phantom because these are just for quick gains, just getting some dollars, putting them into some altcoins that could pump, do a 2x in a matter of a few days or a couple of weeks, and just doubling your money and getting it out. And that is basically it. Of course, Phantom is a great project. I do expect it to hit $10-15 in this bull run, or maybe even higher, but these are just quick spot gains that I am doing, guys. So very much really nice pump here, very good prediction on the lower high resistance trendline breakout, getting that gigantic move to the upside. Mina Protocol is lagging behind, but I would expect this one also to create some very nice gains in the next coming weeks. Now, Mina Protocol, keeping it extremely simple, massive double bottom, forming a huge symmetrical triangle from this uptrend formation of the last few months. As you can see here, when you do get that projection here of the double bottom breakout, this could be hitting around about the $2 range. Okay, so that is also with the pullbacks that we got the last couple of days down to the $1.10. You're looking for 100% pump almost, maybe in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So it looks very explosive, almost a 100% pump. Easy gains here to make in the coming weeks. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin right now. Is a little bit rangy. Now let's talk about the possibilities, the most important level of resistance, and the most important level of support. There's also been mentioned in the Legends trading community, guys. By the way, if you want to join Legends trading community, where me and 𝗬𝗏, another coach, is posting daily updates on the possible scenarios and trading setups, you know where to go. You got the Legends trading community right there if you want to join that exclusive daily updates that me and 𝗬𝗏 provide here for those trading setups. Now let's talk about the most important levels of resistance. We can see this green horizontal line, previous all-time high in 2021, getting a massive swing failure pattern and over a $10,000 drop in a matter of a few hours. This was on the 5th of March. So right now what is happening is a little bit of a V-shaped recovery. Your question might be, hey, isn't this impulsive? We formed a three-wave structure to the upside. This is going to top out and start falling down very aggressively. Very much a possibility, no doubt. However, if we are going to break above the highs here of Wednesday, this for me is going to be bullish. This means that we are forming 5 waves to the upside. This has already been a corrective structure. We can see 1, 2, 3, and this potentially being a triangle in a 4th wave, and we are going to break above the highs here from Wednesday. If this were to be the case, we're breaking above $67,800, forming that 5th wave here to the upside. The most important level of resistance where the price could get a pullback, could get a reaction and a decent pullback, is a daily level. It is also the 0.88 Fibonacci from all-time high to the low here from Tuesday. And when we do see here the 0.88 very close to the daily, that could definitely get a reaction here at this zone. So we're looking for that level to possibly get a reaction. Now, I would be very, very cautious in shorting this market. This does look like a very strong V-shaped recovery. It could absolutely explode, but no doubt that this is a reaction zone and it could get a pretty decent pullback of a few $100s to get into a nice scalp day trade short position. Now, if we were to roll down from this point, we do have massive amounts of support. We got the old weekly level. We got the previous day value area low. We got the previous day equilibrium. All right, that's the 50% Fibonacci from the pivot low of yesterday to that pivot high equilibrium. Very important level. It's all a lot of confluence zone here at the $65,500 area. Now, if we were to sweep these lows, say in the next coming hours, maybe in between today and tomorrow, if we don't manage to hit the highs here, if we start rolling down from this point, I'm still very much interested in looking for a possible long if we do create a failed auction. What does that mean? Well, basically coming beneath these lows, I would not be interested in longing the price if we are below all of these levels. If we were to come down to this zone, get a reaction, get back above the lows created today, that will be very, very bullish in my opinion, just a test of the lows, and we are ready to come back up to test these highs. That is also purely based on bullish CVD divergence. We have been seeing a lot of people shorting the market right over here, as you can see, creating some aggressive lower lows on Bybit and also here on the rest of exchanges. We can see from this pivot right there, we can see lower lows on all of the exchanges. A lot of people wanting to short the market at this zone, creating that big absorption, higher lows, getting the move to the upside. Now, if we were to get that move to the downside here in the next coming hours, in between today and tomorrow, just say that we did not manage to have that pump and hit the highs here of yesterday, and we get that pullback, I'll be looking here at the CVD. If we are going to create here lower lows, continuation here, lower lows on the CVD, we'd still be forming higher lows on the price action, giving us that very high possibility in Bitcoin to actually hold these lows right over here and then look for the massive rise. Now, of course, I'll be only interested if there is very aggressive bullish CVD divergence still forming. So we want those lower lows on the CVD, looking for that possible long setup if these highs are not taken. If the highs are taken, it's going to be looking bullish. However, that daily with that 0.88 Fibonacci from the drop is likely going to get a small little corrective move, maybe a larger one based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and we could be seeing a 3-wave move to the downside in the coming days. So we'll be paying close attention to that zone, very patient to see the reaction and look for that pullback of a few $100s. That's my next short trading setup. Let's talk about the halving. Now, we're just around about 6 weeks away from the Bitcoin halving. We know here that the massive massive inflows compared to Bitcoin during the last few weeks, okay, has been insane. So we're comparing here Bitcoin with gold. $10 billion just with BlackRock invested in Bitcoin in the last 7 weeks, okay, 7 to 8 weeks. And for gold, it took 2 years to get $10 billion investment. So it's kind of moving 10 times faster than gold. And when we do take a look at the ETF launch here from gold in late 2004, it took here around about 6 years to create a 400% pump, almost a 400% pump, right? 380% in about 6 years. If we are moving about 10 times faster, could that give the chance of Bitcoin creating almost a 400% pump in 6 months, right? If it's almost around about 10 times faster, it took 6 years for the price of gold to go almost 400%. Could it be 6 months? Could it be in between 6 and 12 months? Well, that is obviously making sense based on the halving, based on the Bitcoin cycles. If we were to pump here around about 300 to 400% in the next 6 to 12 months. Guys, and this is pure data. We can see the inflows on Bitcoin are just going absolutely ballistic. We cannot fight against this. Will this continue or not? Well, time will tell. So far, so good. There is institutional FOMO. This could be that super cycle that we have been waiting for the last few years, as institutions are in the game already. So when we do take a look at gold here, massive pump of almost 400% in 6 years. If we are moving 10 times faster, what is the price since the ETF approval, right? With a 300 to 400% pump. Let's go with 350% pump here with that possibility. And that is taking us, since the ETF approval, to around about $200,000. And if we are looking for around about 6 to 12 months for that to happen, I know it seems unrealistic, guys, but this is pure data. The inflows are massive, 10 times faster than gold. It took 6 years for gold to pump over 350%. If we're moving 10 times faster, couldn't it be in about 6 to 12 months? Meaning that, by the beginning of 2025, we could be seeing Bitcoin at $200,000? Absolutely yes. So we can see here the halving is just around the corner, 6 weeks away. Supply shock. The mining is going to be cut in half, okay? So from 900 Bitcoin a day, which we are mining 450 Bitcoin a day. Massive inflows. Supply shock. Could we get to $200,000 by the end or beginning of 2025? I think that is definitely a chance that could happen here for Bitcoin. Now let's take a look here at some great stuff that is going on around, of course, breaking Arizona State Senate to add Bitcoin ETF to its state retirement portfolios. They are bullish on Bitcoin for the long term. They are adding it, okay, as you can see on their portfolio, retirement portfolios. So that is long term. Breaking, we also have here the Egyptian pound is down 37% against the US dollar after switching to a flexible exchange rate. Imagine losing 37% of your saving in a day. Absolutely crazy. If you're holding huge amounts of cash, that is not a good deal for the mid-long term. We can see here a lot of countries absolutely collapsing. Their currency is collapsing 37% in just one day. Absolutely crazy. This is why we do hold some Bitcoin. Taking a look here at Gary Cardone. This will be one of the most eye-openings. He has sold a house of how much was this? $2.4 million to buy Bitcoin. This guy here, famous investor, billionaire, he's actually sold a house to buy Bitcoin. Absolutely crazy. What we do have here, the next path here, we're probably in phase 2, phase 3, where we have seen Bitcoin pumping during the last few months. A lot of the altcoins, including Ethereum, lagging behind. Ethereum is definitely picking up very, very strongly here during the last few weeks. And this means one thing. Of course, Bitcoin is too large right now to make significant gains. This is why we talked about Phantom, Mina Protocol. Meme coins have been exploding. There's a lot of different projects, okay? Good projects, mid-cap coins such as GRT, Chainlink, Mina. We have also Nia Protocol, Phantom. that are, making these massive pumps and are likely to continue, okay, in the next coming weeks, because this is how the cycle moves. We have Bitcoin first, and of course, Bitcoin gains move down to Ethereum and to large cap coins. So are we on the verge of a major altcoin season, having 100, 200, 500% pumps in the next coming weeks? I do think so, guys. I have a bag of altcoins making some massive gains on my spot altcoins. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to buy a new car in the next couple of weeks with those gains. So, guys, make sure to be in the crypto space, because yes, the markets are pumping. Ride the wave, respect the pump. And if you haven't checked out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on Bybit right over here, check it out, guys, and I will see you in the next one.